Karpagam College of Engineering, Ieee Standards, Data Communication Networks subjects. Today topics Ieee Standards. Presented by Dr. T. Ravichandran, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Karpagam College of Engineering. Ieee Standards. In 1985, Computer Society of Ieee started the project called for Project 802 to set the standard to enable intercommunication among equipment from a variety of manufacturers. The Project 802 is a always specifying function of the physical layer and data link layer in the major LAN protocols. The structure of the 802.1, 802.3, 802.4, 802.5 up to 802.24. We mainly concentrate for the Ieee standard used for wire LAN and wireless LAN. The wire LAN concepts for Ieee 802.3 or 8.2.2. The combination of the standard to work us with the wire LAN Ethernet. The wire LAN Ethernet can used for LLC logical link control and medium access control. The upper layer of the above of the data link layer, the lower layer below of the data link layer as a physical layer. That layer performing the two structure. One is the logical link control and another one is the medium access control. The medium access control, Ethernet MAC, token ring MAC, token bus MAC. The same as the Ethernet physical layer, token ring physical layer, token ring, token bus physical layer. The transmission media can use for the Ieee standards. The Ieee standard frame format for HDLC frame combined with LLC and MAC frames. Destination service access point, source service access point, DSAP, SSAP. To form a HDLC frame, address control and data and FCS can used for the LLC, PDU and MAC frame structure. The Ethernet evaluation through the 4th generation, the standard Ethernet 10 megabits per second, fast Ethernet 100 megabits per second, 1 gigabytes can use it for gigabyte Ethernet, 10 gigabyte Ethernet can use it for 10 gigabytes per second. The category of the standard Ethernet, the standard Ethernet common implementation of 10 base 5 bus thick coaxial cable, 10 base 2 bus thin coaxial cable, 10 base T can use for UTP cables, 10 base F can use for fiber optical cables. The 10 base 5 implementation cables, the 10 as a 10 megabits per second, base as a baseband as a digital signals, 5 as a 5 meter length to connected between the two systems. The same for 10 base 2 implementation can 10 megabits per second and base for the baseband digital signals and 2 for 185 meters. 185 meters to be connected from the way of two systems. The same on 10 base T implementation, 10 megabits per second that is the baseband of the digital signal T is named as a twisted pair. Twisted pair cables interconnected to the system and hub to form as the RJ45 connectors. The same as 10 base F implementation, 10 as a 10 megabits per second, base as a digital signal, F as a fiber optical signals. The structures for the Ethernet cables. The standard is summarized for the Ethernet implementation. Media for the each category 10 base 5, 10 base 2, 10 base T and 10 base F. The same way, the media of the category characteristics thick coaxial cable and 2 as a thin coaxial cable and 10 base T as a UTP cable, 10 base F as a fiber optical cable. The maximum length of 500 meters and 185 meters, 10 base T as a 100 meters, 10 base F as a 2000 meters. The line coding characteristics for the Ethernet, Manchester coding to implemented for the all type of communications. Next as a wireless LAN. The IEEE standard called for the 802.11. The wireless communication is one of the fastest growing technology. The demand for connecting device without use the cable is increasing everywhere. IEEE has donated a specification of wireless LAN called for IEEE 802.11, which cover the physical and data link layer. The wireless LAN can be found on the college campus, office building, in many more public areas. The two type of architectures performed in the wireless LAN is called basic service set BSS, extended service set ESS. The basic service set BSS IEEE 802.11 define the basic service set as a building block of the wireless LAN. The basic service set is made of stationary or more mobile wireless stations and optional central base stations known as access point AP. BSS without access point standalone network cannot be sent data to other BSS. It is called for the ad hoc architecture. BSS with access point is sometimes referred to an infrastructure network. The same way, the extended service set ESS is made up on two or more BSS with access point. In this case, BSS are connected through the distributed system, which is usually wired LAN. The distributed system connected with access point within the BSS. The basic diagram for BSS without access point of ad hoc network with access point of ad hoc network. There's two structures performing for the BSS in IEEE 802.11. The same ESS extended service set can used for the one distributed system connected to the more number of access point to interform of the BSS to link the distributed system connected to the server or gateway to connect the connection performance for the network. The wireless LAN IEEE 2.11, the ESS set performing for the MAC layer IEEE 802.11 standard. The IEEE 802.1, the sublayer of LLC and connection free services. The point coordinate functions and distribute coordinate functions are connected to the MAC sublayer. The data link layer to connected through the LLC sublayer and MAC sublayer. The lower part of the physical layer connected to 802.11 FHS and 802.11 DSSS and 802.11 infrared and 802.11A DSS and 802.11A OFDM and 802.11G DSS. These structures are performed in the IEEE 802.11 frame format. That frame format, the performing for the three structure, no transitions, DSS transition, ESS transition mobility structures are used in the IEEE 802.11. The frame format for IEEE 802.11, the 2 bytes of FC and 2 bytes of D and 6 bytes of address 1, 6 bytes of address 2, 6 bytes of address 3 and 2 bytes of SE and 6 bytes of address 4 and frame datas are 4 bytes of FCS. The preamble for structure, the protocol versions and types, subtypes and destination to and from and more the flags and retrieve, power management and more data, webs and reverse structures used in the frame format of IEEE. The frame controls for the same structure, D, address and sequential control and frame body and the FCS can field of 4 bytes long and content of cylindrical redundancy check 32-bit error detection sequence. These structure frame format you can use it for mainly in the IEEE standard 802.11. Today classes we clearly understand for the two structure IEEE 802.11 or IEEE 802.3. The IEEE 1985, the framing for the Indian Computer Society arranged as a project to generate the IEEE project 802. The more number of standards are there in our syllabus, concentrate for mainly as wired LAN and wireless LAN. Wired LAN and wireless LAN mainly framed as data link layer and physical layer. The IEEE standard performed for the wired LAN to IEEE 802.2 and IEEE 802.3. The two standards are mainly performing for the wired LAN. The same way IEEE 802.11 as mainly performed in the wireless LAN. Thank you for all.